Good morning and happy Friday. Our last drawing of the week before our sip and draw. Oh, I always hate when I come on here and I feel like I need to adjust my hair. How's everybody doing today? It's Friday. We are drawing Pete the Cat. Hello. We are drawing Pete the Cat as a graduation, Pete the Cat. We have a lot of people graduating right now. Maybe you know someone who's graduating and you can share this with them. You could send it as a card to someone who's graduating. A lot of people, whether they're graduating from high school or kindergarten or going into high school from junior high. So, and I wanted to do, morning mom, morning everybody. I wanted to do also just something that was, there's one thing about this drawing that makes it a graduation drawing. So if you don't want to make it a graduation drawing, you're doing one thing, one thing differently. Oh, good, the sound works. I'm going to test something next week with the sound. I have this weird feeling that the sound is an issue when I'm going horizontal, because the last time you guys all said that, I was shooting in landscape mode too. So anyway, I could be totally wrong, but yeah. So if you don't have anyone graduating, then you could just draw Pete the Cat. I kind of picked I really kind of love it. I kind of picked a fun Pete the Cat. One of I found an image that I thought was really fun. So if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen it. You got a sneak preview of it. And I just thought this one covered so many things. It covered the kids who love the Pete the Cat. It covered the graduation. And then it kind of covers some of our older crowd. And they'll know why when they see it. So hello, good morning, happy Friday, everyone. Thanks for coming back again and drawing with me. I'm going to click the light on and then I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys our drawing today. I need those cute heart sunglasses that girl had on in her picture. Okay. So there we go. We have Pete the Cat. He's staying alive. So I thought this was like a super cute Pete the Cat. Oh, your first live video. Well, welcome. I hope you have fun. Super cute, super fun. Pete the Cat. He's in his dancing pose. And what makes it a graduation is he has a graduation hat on. If you don't want him to be a graduation Pete the Cat, you just draw another ear. Super simple. Really easy to change. See, staying alive. Rosie gets it. And it fits, right? It's staying alive. I'm 10, but I know that song and dance. Good for you. Or good for your parents for exposing you to that. So yes, and then there's a lot of you who, some of you might say, well, I don't know anyone graduating, but maybe you're in 4th grade and you're moving to 5th grade. Well, you know what? You're graduating from 4th grade. Or maybe you're in 1st grade and you're moving to 2nd. You're graduating from 1st grade. Everyone right now, pretty much, if you were in school, is graduating from something. But if you don't want to have him graduating, just do his other ear, and then you just have your staying alive Pete the Cat. All right. This one is pretty easy in the coloring department. I'm only going to need 3 colors. I have my blue for Pete. I have a yellow for his eyes and his tassel, which you could do that a different color. Maybe the person who's graduating, their school colors are in there. And then I have, which would be really cute, by the way. So if you are drawing this for someone who's graduating and you know what their school colors are, you could color the tassel that color. I actually thought I might still have my graduation hat, but I got rid of it. I was going to wear it for you guys this morning. Because you know me, I love when I can put on some sort of costume for you guys. And then I need black. So here's my colors. Pete Travolta. Oh, and I have like a peachy color that I used in his nose. So that's what I'm using today, those 4 colors. It'll be an easier color because his body is staying white. If you know the song or the movie, he wears a white suit. So that's what that's coming from. So let's put this aside and get drawing on our Pete the Cat. So I'm going to start with Pete's head. And Pete's head is kind of, it's kind of a seed shape, but just do a curved line, slightly curved from one, kind of in the center, one side to the other. Oh, what are they called? I'll give you the names as I color with them. I'll tell you what their names are. So the top headline has a really slight curve to it. I don't love this pencil. Hold on, let me grab a different one. And then the bottom curve line, you're going to keep the points on the side, and the bottom curve line is a bigger curve. And see, I'm not going to meet the line, so I'm just going to extend my top line so it matches up. Oh, well, hello. Welcome, Mrs. Flint's first grade class. Happy to have you. Now, let's do the ears. I'm going to do both ears, and then I will erase an ear when I put the graduation hat on. So I just like to do that. So off of this corner here, I'm going to do a triangle shape with a curved point. There's ear number 1. Same thing on the other side. A triangle shape with a curved point. And then if you are doing the graduation hat, you just pick which ear you like better. And if this is your favorite ear, then cover this side with the graduation hat. If this is your favorite ear, then cover this side with the graduation hat. If it's blurry, it is because there's a connection issue. It's not on my side. It's usually just with whatever the internet carrier is. So if you have too many problems with it being blurry, then you want to wait and watch the video when it is done. Come back and watch it in full, and then you won't have the blur. Okay, Pete's eyes are really large, and they're inside his face. They take up most of his face. So following the general curve of the top of his head, I'm going to do a curved line over here, and then another curved line over here. That's going to be the top of his eyes. And then just kind of like his face was, the lower curve is bigger. Just like that, and make this one a little bit wider. A little bit bigger, so they match up. So those are 2 eyes. Inside of his eyes, there is a half circle, one in each eye. And you can ignore this little line over here. That's just a mistake, a guideline. I'm going to erase that. And then inside of the half circle, there is a triangle and then another triangle of light. So look at that. Instead of a circle of light, he has a triangle of light inside of his eye. So one triangle and then a smaller triangle inside. Oh, cats are your favorite. Awesome. Well then see, your drawing could just be because you like cats. Now his nose is an upside down triangle right here in the middle. And he's going to have a lot of whiskers coming out of the corner. His whiskers start right where the ear meets the cheek, but I'm going to do those in pen. So that's a line detail that I can just do when I'm in my pen. I don't need to put that down in pencil first. So next, I'm going to put his neck in. So he has kind of a skinnier neck. So here in the middle of the under part of his face, I'm going to do a neck. And on this side, I'm going to make this line longer. So one side's shorter, one side's longer. And then I'm going to connect those two lines with an angle. Puppies and dogs are my favorite. I like dogs. I'm a dog person. I really love dogs. So what this ends up being is this is kind of the V-neck where his shirt is going to build off of this. So I'm going to do the collar of his shirt first. So put your pencil here and then slowly bring it over to the other side so you match up where you're going to start the collar. And you're just going to do a curved line out to a point and then bring it back in. And then on this side, you have more of this one's going to go down more. This one came out. So this is going to curve down and come back in. And then to connect these two, you're just going to do a curved V that connects both sides. And that's the start of his collar. Now his jacket and shirt, we're going to just make a simple shape and then we will adjust it. We'll erase some parts of it after. So I'm going to take my pencil and coming off of this corner line, I'm going to do a curved line that comes down. I'm not going out too much because Pete is pretty skinny. So I don't want his body really wide. And then from this side, it's going to start right off of this collar, and you're going to bring the line down. And then you can connect those with a curved line. My favorite part about Pete the cat really is that Pete the cat always has this expression, like he always just kind of looks, he never looks super happy, but that's just cats, right? A lot of times cats are just so indifferent. And Pete the cat really encompasses that. So here off of the center of his collar, do another line coming down. That's the outside line. That's the line of his jacket. And then you'll put another one on this side. And if you feel like based on your collar, you still are making Pete too wide, you can always make this outside line in. The collar could always be hanging outside of the jacket some. It doesn't have to be even. So if you start to feel like Pete's getting too wide on you, then just, I could put a line in right here. And then I could erase this line. And now his collar is just kind of popping out of his jacket, which I'm going to move this line just a smidge since I moved the other one over. So that gives you, some options. You don't have to have that collar exactly on the jacket. It could be sticking out. Now let's do the legs. I know, we got to save leg room. So for his legs, I'm going to have one leg kind of coming out and curving back in, saving room again for that foot area. And then a line following that, going out and back. And then you can connect those two. And then this line is just coming straight back. It kind of curves towards the back. And then this will curve towards the back. Make this one a little skinnier so the legs match up in size a little bit better. And then I'll connect this. And so see, today I have Pete's jacket really sticking out further than his pants. That's okay. I just want to kind of capture that skinny look that Pete has. And what I'm going to do in here, so right here where this corner is, a little bit on the top part, like the bottom of the jacket, I'm going to do a wavy line. I'm going to give him a tail. Long, skinny tail. That's fine. You can have legs going off the paper. Let's do, for those that have room for the feet, you're just going to do a little line down, curve it around, and back up. And same on this side. And lastly, we just need to do Pete's arms. So one of Pete's arms is going straight up. And if you run into your head, so look at the original. In the original, I ran into the head. So I put my line, I stopped it, I picked it up on the other side of the ear, and then continued. Today, it's not going to touch the head. So remember, each drawing is different. I mean, they always, no two look the same. So about halfway up his collar, I'm going to do a line that goes straight up. And his arms, again, pretty skinny, so a little bit over from that line. I'm going to have a line coming back in. Straighten that out a bit. And then a curved line to connect. And then the hand just comes out, curves around, and comes back in. He's got his staying alive pose. Now this arm is actually, because of how his body is angled, this arm is going to start from higher on the collar. So you're going to bring a line out and then curve it down. And if you run into the tail, it's okay. I'm going to go right on top of the tail. Or you can always move the tail. If you want to see the full tail, then you can move it to somewhere else. Now that same skinny arm on this side, I'm going to kind of a slightly curved line coming down, and then a line down this way till I meet up with my other sleeve and close that off. It does look like an ear pod, doesn't it? And then you can put that ear pod shape. So it's going to come down, curve around, curve back in, and up. And you can see my tail's right through it. So I'm just going to erase the tail lines inside my hand, and then his tail's just back behind him. If I wanted to, I could just move his tail. I could have it sweeping down more so it's not through his hand at all, but I don't mind it. Now you could do something cute like add a disco ball up here in the corner. That would be fun because he's dancing. And lastly, I just need to add my graduation hat. So I like this ear better than I like this ear. So I'm going to put my graduation hat on this side. And I'm just going to do a curved line that cuts across the face at an angle. And I'll go ahead and erase that ear. I know it's kind of silly to draw and then erase, but you know what that does is it forces you to practice. And some of you, again, might not give him a graduation hat. Yeah, you could put him on a dance floor, that tiled dance floor, the squares with a disco ball. It'd be super cute. Now the graduation hat, it's going to curve in on both sides. It's then going to angle up on both sides, kind of up and out. And then figure out about where the center is, and I put a little dot there, and take these lines and connect them about in that spot. So it's like a little triangle. And then I'll just erase this little line. So there's his graduation hat. And then off of the graduation hat, we have that tassel. So I'm just going to do a skinny line hanging down with kind of an oval or circle shape. And then do a curved line that comes down on one side and a curved line that comes down on the other. And then the line connecting it, I just make wavy. Just see how? Bunch of waves. And that is my graduation. Pete the cat. It would look really cool with glitter markers. I wish I had glitter markers. That would be really cute. Lots of fun ideas. You know those little stars we made? We do them for the sky, and we did them as snowflakes for Frozen. You could put a bunch of little tiny ones if you do the disco ball, and then it looks like reflection. How are my eraser marks not showing? One, it is because, I mean, they do. So see in the ear, you can see that faint line there. But I'll tell you, when I draw and I'm not drawing on a camera, like I draw darker so you guys can all see me. But let's say I was at home and I was just drawing Pete the cat for myself. I am going, this is like, let me just draw the face shape. Can you even see that? Barely, right? So when I'm drawing at home for just myself, look at how light my pencil is. And if I do that, if I do these really light touch pencil, my pencil is just barely touching my page. When I erase, you can't see anything. It completely takes it away. So if you just try pushing a little bit lighter, you won't see those eraser marks as much. And also I really swear by these erasers. So these Prismacolor Magic Rubs, I love them. Love them. And now let's just outline. I'm going to start up here on the hat. Try not to jiggle the camera with my face. Sometimes I get a little too close. I'm going to change this angle. Right? You were freaking out because you couldn't see. I think the very first time, my first video I ever did, which I actually want to redo. I think it was Baby Yoda was the very first one. One, I want to redo it because I didn't save it, so I couldn't load it onto YouTube. And other reason is because it's a complete mess. Like, you couldn't see because I was pushing so light, and the angle is awful that I was drawing in. I was learning. I was just a baby videographer. See just a little bit of that ear going inside. So yeah, typically I draw so light with a pencil that if I was trying to show you on screen, you wouldn't see the lines because they're so light. They wouldn't even show up. Right, Baby Yoda was a hot mess. It really was. But so many people stuck with it and did it. I didn't even know, I couldn't see the screen. I couldn't see what I was doing. The camera was at a funny angle. But that's what we do, right? We try something, and if it doesn't work, we learn from it and we make the adjustment and make it work. We apply that to all things, at least I do. I apply it to drawing. Clearly, I applied it to videos. I apply it when I'm cooking. Maybe I make something and it tastes too salty. Well, the next time I just take a little bit of the salt out. Now, here in the jacket, if you're not going to do a line down. So if your sleeve doesn't kind of meet up, like right here, I'll just kind of show you what I'm saying. So see, I'm not going to do any of this line in here for the arm because this arm is in the front. So all of this little body line that I may have made will get erased. You can definitely give your Pete the cat a smile. I mean, you could be drawing him as kind of another cat. He doesn't even have to be like Pete the Cat Blue or anything. So yeah, if you want to give him a smile. You can always adjust. You never have to ask permission to make a drawing your own, to make the art more personalized for you. I think you should always be able to do that, to customize your art. Yesterday it was so fun for those that did the selfie, who tried it out. It was so fun to see everybody's drawings. I loved it. Everyone did great. Some of you, I think, too hard on yourselves. You did awesome. They were really, really special. And that's a fun thing to do as you become a better artist, as your art gets better and better, is that's a fun one to hang on to. And every year try to draw yourself again. And then just have this, year, this collection of self-portraits that you've drawn, and you'll both capture, the artwork. If your art is getting better in your eyes, you'll capture that. And you'll also capture just your differences in how you look year after year. That's a fun challenge to do. I mean, it's fun to look at pictures, right? And see how we grow year after year. But I think it's fun too to draw yourself and see how your art changes. Come through and do this. I'm going to add whiskers. I forgot to add the whiskers while I was drawing, but I'll just add them after I get this erasing done. You could have even given Pete the cat a different outfit. Pete the cat is blue. He's a blue cat. All those eraser marks off, and see, I can definitely see them. I think you can't see them because the camera, it just doesn't pick up it doesn't pick up the really fine details, but there's definitely areas where I can see the pencil that I erased. I can see like the indentation it made into the paper. So like I said, if you don't want that, your challenge is to try to draw lighter. Try not to push as hard because you're just going to outline in pen anyway. So all you really need to do is give yourself enough of a line that you can see it when you go over it with your pen, but it doesn't have to be a super dark line. So see, I can see lots of you. See the mark right there? And see, then that shows up when I color. So that's why when I draw, I like to try to draw lighter. But when I'm drawing for you, I can't really do that, or you can't see. Oh yeah, blue dog. Blue dog's a cute image. Okay, so whiskers. So I'm just gonna put about 5 whiskers off of each side here. It's gonna go into my hat, and that's okay. And then I'm also gonna put some lines going down into this tassel to make it look like tassels. And I think that is all the line work. And then I'm just gonna color this triangle in black and leave that center one in white. That's like your circle of light. Although today it's a triangle of light. I'm doing a drawing later today and it has a diamond of light in it. Now Pete's eyes are yellow. But you could color them a different color. Again, you don't have to follow the Pete colors if you don't want. I've also done hearts of light, little heart shapes inside the eyes. And then I'm going to color the tassel yellow. But you could do that in your school colors. Or if you're drawing for someone else, put it in their school colors. If you don't know their school colors, then you know what? I would say it's pretty safe to just go with a yellow or gold shade. And I'm going to do a little peach in the nose. And then I'll go into Pete. I'll do my black after because I don't want to smudge it around the paper. So again, kind of come through all the edges. So his hand, blue. Oh, I didn't tell you the colors, did I? For my yellow it was just yellow. The blue I have is called Azure Blue. And the peach I used for the nose was called Peach. Not very exciting colors today. Yellow, peach, azure blue, and black. And I'm going to go around each eye. Make sure I don't color in the eye. I will outline around the edge of my hat, but it's not a super big deal if I get a little bit of blue in there because I'm going to cover it with black anyway. Black is darker, so I won't see the blue. So I'm more concerned about these lines here that kind of go up to a white edge. I'm turning my paper to get that curved angle better. It's a little bit easier for me to do it with the curve. And then I'll come in and color this. Red nose. Does Pete have a red nose? Is that what color his nose is? The picture I saw was kind of a peachy color, but maybe his nose is red. You singing your color time song? I know it's nice to put music on when you're coloring and drawing. Nice to have that in the background. I think it's very I mean, coloring and drawing is very relaxing. Then if you have music playing in the background, it's even better. I have to be really careful with music. I would put music on more, but you know, last Saturday, for those that were there for the sip and draw, we did Beatles, and I had music playing, and thankfully Facebook didn't do anything. But I don't know, those of you, if you were there till the end, I turned the music up at the very end. And so, you know, most of you said you could hear the music faintly, but you couldn't really tell what it was. And then at the end, I turned it up. So there were 4 songs, and you could really hear those 4 songs. And I posted it on YouTube, and within 2 minutes, it got taken down for copyright infringement. So I have to be super careful and not have music playing when I'm doing these videos, because Facebook technically could have also taken that down too if they had picked up on it. So, yeah. They get you. If I had just kept the volume down, I would have been fine. But that's why if anyone's been trying to find the Beatles video on YouTube, it's not there. I can't put it up because they've tagged it and blocked it. For playing the Beatles. I know, and the crazy part is it's just 4 songs, so it's a 2.5 hour long video, and it's basically the last 10 minutes. I could, I guess, just try it again and cut the last 10 minutes off, but I feel like they'll pay attention. I don't want to get myself into trouble and then get like blocked from YouTube or something. I'm almost done with my blue. Just have to do my feet. Getting this tail colored in. And tomorrow we have our sip and draw again. So that's at 8:30 p.m. I know sometimes the kids join in. And we are partnered up with a winery called Silt. And we are drawing something that's out their winery. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have already seen it. And actually, the event photo has it. It's an old car, so we're doing a car drawing. So that'll be fun. It's called sip and draw because most of the time it's for the adults primarily. It's time for the adults to get a break. And we sip a beverage of our choice. We sip our favorite beverage and we draw. My blue was called Azure Blue. Azure, Azure Blue. I have to sharpen my black before I do the hat. My black is slowly dwindling away, my little tiny black pencil. And then lastly, I'm just going to come up into this hat. Again, go along that edge. And then I can color a little faster inside. And if you look closely when I do this, you can see the erased lines. Like there's an ear right here. I can see there's the line of the hat. You pick up a lot of those eraser marks when you're coloring, if you're pushing hard with your pencil. But if you push lighter, you won't see them. They won't be there. Because you'll just be really, if you're pushing lighter, you're just marking the page versus indenting the page. Which sometimes that's hard to do the younger you are, because you naturally tend to hold your pencils tighter and push a little bit harder. So that will take practice. And there we go. There is my Pete the Cat. And if I was giving this to someone for graduation, I could write them a little graduation message on it. You know, I could do a staying alive. You could do lots of funny things. I'm looking forward to seeing yours because I'm sure some of you will add lots of background. Maybe you'll do a disco scene. But always make sure you sign your art. And there we go. There is our Pete the Cat. Next week, so we have Sip and Draw on Saturday, tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. And then next week, we are going to have Dog Week. So every single day, we will be doing a different dog. I know on Monday it will be a husky for Mascot Monday, and then from there I'm going to surprise you, and each day we will do a different dog. So thank you very much for drawing with me. It was fun doing our Pete the Cat. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and if I don't see you in Sip and Draw time, I will see you next Monday. Thanks so much, guys. Bye. Yes, there probably will be a Scooby-Doo. Shh. Don't tell anyone, though.